everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Stating the Obvious. You know how we are out here. All right. I hope you guys prepared your facts
I did. I have my fact.
because we're heading straight into them. All right. Noah.
What?
Noah. Do you have a obvious fact for us today?
The English
Please state
language is
something
a
obvious.
lecherous whore.
So what?
I said the English language is a lecherous whore. It is so many different languages mashed together. You got French, you got Scandinavian, German, fucking all just fucking mashed together in some kind of language smoothie. It's disgusting.
Rip linguists. What are linguists?
I feel like
then?
it's pretty widely agreed that English is stupid language.
Yeah.
People actually have such a hard time learning it because
I will
mean,
say I've
it's
never
so
heard that
different
analogy.
ways.
Is that something you made up, or is that a common thing?
I don't know. I mean,
Probably something
maybe
he made
somebody
up.
called the English language a lecherous whore. You think I keep track of these things, Pranay?
I don't know, man. You do many
know the
things.
history, Noah.
You do know the history.
I feel like this
Oh
is a
my
very
God.
Noah analogy. I feel like no one else has thought of this except Aeon.
No, I stole the quote from Winston Churchill.
Did you actually?
No.
Okay.
Dumbass.
It could be.
God.
Renee was ready to believe you. If you said yes, Renee would be like, okay.
I swear to God, man, I've been losing brain cells ever since I met Pranay.
Rip. How many do you have now?
3 at best.
How many did
I
you
can
start with?
feel counting down to 2 as we speak.
All right.
Yo, I swear, people who listen to this podcast, the 4 of us are the last 4 brain cells when they're taking an exam.
Hey, sometimes we get the answer right.
Oh, man.
Hey, you know that's right. All right, Cobb. Let's see what you got. Please state something obvious for us. I swear, if you and Pranay are using the same
No, this
website
one I made
again.
up. This one I made up. So
Okay.
Okay. Go.
the oldest picture of you is actually the youngest.
I mean, it's not the youngest picture. It's just the
It's the
youngest
youngest
of
picture
you.
of you.
It's where you are the
It's
youngest.
the youngest picture of you.
It's where you are the
Oh.
youngest. But yeah.
Here's the realization for PJ.
Oh.
It's like,
It's interesting. Okay. I guess.
it's it's very similar to that one fact PJ had about the head and the feet being different ages. A couple episodes back.
Oh yeah. Because they travel different distances from the center of the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the things, PJ.
Yeah, God, you do remember these things.
I do.
Okay. Renee, I bought you some time.
You did?
I hope you came up with the fact.
I actually had a fact yesterday, and then I don't have the website pulled up. But
Oh, my God.
the fact is that coconut milk is not the substance inside the coconut. That's coconut water, whereas coconut milk is actually made from the pulp of the coconut. That is,
All right.
Is this?
That is not obvious.
Yeah,
but-
I guess that's all. I feel like it's fairly obvious.
Okay.
If you ever interacted with a coconut in your life.
It's interesting, but
You guys ever tried to open a coconut?
yeah.
In
Also-
what way?
Well,
What do you mean all the time?
Yeah.
when I go to India, you take the little thing, you just smash the coconut.
Fair enough. I
Yeah.
remember trying to do it one time. It was a struggle.
Well, did you
We
try
have
and
a
do it with
hammer
your
for that
hands
in
or
our
something?
house. Yeah, did you
What?
just sort of rip it apart?
No. But even just trying to
Just Hulk mode it.
even trying to open it with a hammer, I don't know, maybe my coconut was particularly stubborn. It just didn't want to come open. I was whacking away at it. It was just denting.
You gotta do it in a systematic way, across the horizon or some shit.
Yeah, all right,
Horizon.
Horizon.
What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure that's not even the right term.
It's not the equator.
No,
equator. I guess you could say.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. The circumference.
Renee is right. You have to do systematically. You just go fully around the coconut, and then eventually one good hit will just
It'll crack in
crack
half.
it open.
It's just not worth it for me. I don't even like coconut.
Well,
So then why were you trying to open one?
I don't fucking know. It was before I learned this. I think it was because I was a small child at the time, and I don't know, when you're a kid, things being stranded on a deserted island and eating coconuts and fishing to survive sounds like the coolest shit. Before you realize that you won't have any Wi-Fi, and you'll be like bored as fuck, and you'll probably die of like scurvy or something. But at the time I was like, damn, opening a coconut sounds really cool. And then I realized that once you open a coconut, all you have left is coconut, and that sucks.
Did that make any sense to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like back in the day,
when
you want to live on the
you
island.
have a coconut.
I mean, like,
Why did you say island like it's a fucking Apple device?
island?
Island. Like, who was
I don't know, man.
No, did you just roll out of bed or something?
No, I'm just perpetually tired.
That's fair enough. Have you had your breakfast, Noah?
Today?
Today?
I know where you're going with this, and the answer is no, so you should probably ask somebody else.
Okay. Well, I do know. You know what, Noah? I do know you still have breakfast. You just have it much later. You have it at like midnight. You have your cereal at midnight.
Yeah, I've been trying to stop doing that. It's
Why? You were so enthused about it when you first told me about it. You're like, man, you got to try this shit. Cereal at midnight.
Man, because
it's
like
the bomb.
It's good, right? Like it feels good. But then I weighed myself a couple weeks ago and I realized I put on 20 pounds over the course of lockdown. And I need to stop the current course I'm going on. Otherwise, I'll end up like one of those people in like fucking like disability wheelchair at fucking Target. Just taking the whole aisle.
And you do not want to do that?
No.
Very good.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't actually tried cereal at midnight in a long time, but I still like cereal, even though I like skip breakfast most days now.
It has actually been a very long time since I've had cereal.
Really?
I don't have cereal. Like most of the times, I don't eat breakfast in Pittsburgh at least. So, and even when I'm here, I didn't have cereal. I probably had cereal like once or twice over winter break. But we don't really get too many cereals. Like back in the day, we used to get the Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, the
If you know
coconut.
what that is. That was a very classic. But now we just eat like cornflakes or some shit.
You say like, do you know what Cocoa Puffs are? Like back in the day, like Cocoa Puffs went out of style or something.
I mean, I just haven't had Cocoa Puffs in a long time, so I don't know what their popularity is now.
I'm pretty sure that like the cereal brands that currently exist, or the popular ones at least, have just been there for like 50 years. Yeah, and they'll probably be there until like
it makes sense.
I feel like there's two classes of cereals. They're like the super sugary ones, and then there's like the ones that are like marketed as healthy for you, like the more wheat-based brand kind of.
Oh yeah, I got some protein cereal freshman year. It's like some kashi thing, and oh god, I could not eat that. That was it. It just tasted like wheat and wheat and milk.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with cereal is that like the good tasting ones are like super sugary, but if you want to like have like sugar-free cereal, like it's just garbage. It's like, I mean, it's not, I don't even know what it is, but like at least with something like plain bread, like I don't know, like plain bread has like an appeal to it. Like it's slightly sweet, but if you eat like plain cereal with like no sugar on it, it's the most, like I don't know what it is.
Well,
it
that's
just tastes like
bread is like it has alcohol in it, right?
I don't think you eat bread to get drunk, but
no. I mean that's how bread rises. It's alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I know so.
I know. Like,
isn't that just how like it
that's
works?
just how it works. They use yeast to make the bread rise. There's alcohol in bread, but like an indetectable amount. Like you're not gonna get drunk off it, but that's why it has that slight sweetness to it. It's because there's alcohol in it.
I find myself doubting this very much. I'm
in
in fact going to look it up.
Because you will be proven wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay, go.
I think Cobb is right.
It's it's why they add yeast to it, unless you have like flat bread. That's bread that hasn't risen yet. So
yeah, that makes sense.
How do they make flatbread then, Cobb?
They just don't add the yeast.
Just bake it.
They just don't add the yeast.
No, I think they probably.
Why would they bake it? What?
Not like Oh, they just don't add. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They do everything
They
else
just
the
know how to
same.
make it
They do
ride.
everything
Yeah,
else
pretty
the
much.
same.
They don't just
I
let
see.
it.
Yeah, so you're right in that it has alcohol, but that's not why it rises. It rises because
Because
the
the
yeast also
carbon
produces
dioxide
CO2.
that's released from the
yeah.
alcohol fermentation.
It's
yes.
not released from the alcohol.
No,
the
alcohol
yeast
fermentation process.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's not the alcohol producing the CO2. It's the yeast producing both.
Yeah, that's why.
So you saying that the alcohol is a cause of the rise, like you're making it sound like alcohol is like the core of the bread making process. It's the yeast. The yeast produces alcohol as a byproduct.
Yeah, my point is the alcohol is what makes it sweet, which is why you think it's good plain.
I'm slight because like alcohol's not sweet though.
So then what makes it sweet, Noah?
It's your. I'm pretty sure it's like your saliva breaking down the carbohydrates into
You do
some
get
sugars.
glucose from that.
Yeah.
Well, alcohol can
Guys,
definitely be sweet.
I don't know the first thing about biology, but I like bread.
Bread is in fact very good.
That
This
is
is
So
good.
just
There
leave
is
it there.
good.
I like bread. It's some good shit, man.
Yo.
The possibilities are
Yo.
endless.
So
with
this
bread.
other day when I was in Pittsburgh, I made like this pasta, and it was kind of heavy, and so to like kind of like balance it out, I had like some sourdough. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sour
it's
and
sourdough.
dough.
It's Sirdo.
Sourdough.
Come on, Jay. Noob.
Okay. Well, I got the sourdough, and you put like a little bit butter, a little bit salt, and you put jam on top of that. Apparently they do this in Germany. I don't. Maybe no one knows more about this, but you put like the butter, the salt, and the jam, and then you toast it, or you toast it before you put the jam. But it tastes so divine. It is. It's like the salt just like gives a little bit more savoriness, and the jam is obviously very sweet, and it's like very nice, balancing it out.
I'm glad you found your religion, Brene.
Yeah,
Have you ever had this, Alan?
this as well.
I haven't tried it. No.
You should try it. It is something you should try.
Okay, I guess I'll do it whenever I get sourdough bread again. I don't know.
You
whenever
can use
that's
it
gonna be.
most any bread. You don't need
Okay,
specific
if you
sourdough.
use bread, that's just buttered toast with jam. I mean,
Okay, fine. Just
Yeah, I don't know what specific like German thing this
yeah,
is.
it's not like you put like fucking like mustard on it or anything like that.
I will say in Germany, man, the Nutella. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
It just hits different. Yeah, it just hits different.
Like
It just-
I remember
it's different.
there was like a news story like a couple years ago where like somebody like stole like $18 million worth of Nutella or something like that. Like they just drove off with like one of those like 18 wheelers just full of Nutella.
Well, this is a very high class, smart
that-
criminal you are dealing with.
That's a heist movie
Yeah,
I'd pay to see.
dude.
Honest, that's a heist movie I'd pay to see.
I'd absolutely love to see just like an Ocean's 11 where the goal is just to steal this truck full of Nutella.
God, Nutella is divine, absolutely divine. They should make Nutella cereal.
I feel like
I've
this
just
is
had the
already a
largest brain
thing.
idea.
I feel like
mean,
Nutella
how would you-
cereal, it has to
But
be
like I
made.
feel like the part of the appeal of Nutella is like the creaminess, right? Like if you make Nutella
Yeah,
cereal, it's just gonna make it
Somehow
like chocolate
transfer
cereal.
that texture into cereal. I don't
It's
know.
like,
But I'm not saying I know how this will work, but I just want the feel of Nutella with cereal. I don't know the logistics, Noah. Don't look at me. Don't ask me. I'm just saying what I like.
all right,
The man knows what he wants.
I'm glad you know what you want, and the market cannot provide it to you.
Look, I'm happy with the cereals that are out there now. Cookie Crisps, it's just like mini cookies. I love that shit. That shit's amazing. There is some maple cereal. Maple cereal's giga underrated. IMO.
Well, what is maple cereal?
That shit. It's just like regular cereal, but it's maple. Like it's one of the more
Okay.
healthy.
Is it
There are like
maple
healthy
flavored?
versions of it. Yeah, like maple flavored.
Okay.
It's not like you're just like eating maple leaves and like milk or some shit.
How do people
I
do
don't
weird
think I've
shit?
ever even heard of this.
Yeah.
Maple like cereal.
Yeah,
What?
I don't think I've
I
ever
don't
seen
know, as
that.
long as I've known Viswa, he's just had this obsession with finding all the different maple syrup flavored things.
Bro, maple is so good, man. Like, it's actually unfair to the rest of all the flavors out there how good maple is.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Dude, that's
okay.
why Canada's the move. Like, sometimes in some areas for some reasons.
Having lived in DC like through the winter, I don't think I'd be able to make it in Canada, because like in DC I was miserable. I was like so cold all the time, and I don't even know how you exist like even further north from that.
It's fine. I was born in December. We've been out here getting this paper.
I feel like it's like if you grew up in an area that's hot, usually it's very hard to adjust to a colder place. And if you grew up in an area that's cold, it's very hard to adjust to a hotter place.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Noah grew up in California, so
my point is
that
true.
Yeah.
Just Noah
I mean,
just suffers in cold.
is that not what I've said?
Well, I mean, like, there have been times. I guess
I
generally.
feel like I've adjusted cold fairly. Actually, I mean, I was born in New Jersey, so
you were born in a place that was
Well,
cold.
where
I
did you
guess.
grow-
I mean,
like,
I
grow up
didn't really.
primarily? It
I
was
stayed
here.
there for like maybe half a year. No, I stayed there for a year and a half before I moved to Dallas.
I feel I don't know. I don't think I
think
could
it's
do
just
the
a thing
cold.
your body adjusts to, Cobb. I don't think it's like if you were born like here.
I mean,
then-
obviously you can adjust to whatever you want to do. I just feel like people generally tend to like where they want to be. Because like if you were born and like kind of raised in like a warmer climate, that's where you want to go. That's where you prefer.
Yeah, I actually like warmer climates, but I would prefer colder climates. Except the problem with cold climates is my allergies just hate me, man. I swear they're out to murder me.
Rip.
It's just hard to walk around and like be mobile in the cold, I think. Just don't like it.
Yeah. You know what was really funny though? I grew up in Denver, right? And it was just like when it would snow, there'd be like quite a few inches, and the school was still going on. Everything was going on as normal. And I come to Texas, and there's 1 inch of snow or something, and just everything is
I
canceled.
know, it's
Everyone's like
so
panicking.
nice.
We've
Everyone's
talked about
oh my
the
God,
same
there's
thing
snow.
so many times.
Dude, it's crazy. We talked mainly about it back when the winter storm was
True.
there,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, they just can't handle it. I don't know.
If you can't handle the what is that line? If you can't handle like the
Can't
heat or
handle
something.
If you
heat,
can't
yeah.
handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. Where's that from? Does anyone even know?
If anyone knows,
you
it's Noah.
It's hang on.
Yeah, Noah. Inform us. Cooking with Noah. We should have a new segment.
Oh,
How would I cook on a
Cooking.
podcast?
you can just talk about
on
cooking.
the podcast.
We can talk about cooking. Yeah.
Whatever. Well, I haven't done any cooking in a little while, so
Right.
there's nothing to report on that
Well,
front.
what's the most recent thing that you remember making?
I don't know. A while ago, I was feeling hungry, so I made some scrambled eggs. But
Scrambled eggs is food.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Your insight is, as always, invaluable.
I remember Alan once made this like beef stew, and he was very excited about it.
Oh yeah, no, because okay, what excited me was not the beef stew itself. Like as far as beef stews go, it's like a pretty normal like standard beef stew. My favorite part though was the just how economical it was. Like overall, like all the ingredients put together cost like maybe $20, and it was enough to last me across like 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
See,
Cow.
Why'd you say rib cow chip? So like
cow.
when I make food, like I will say the most economical thing I've ever made is turkey chili, because you can make us so much. It obviously does not cost that much, but after some point, man, I just get so bored of eating. I just have so much turkey chili, and I just eat turkey. Like I can't eat that much turkey chili. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
man.
that's the problem with just making these huge batches of the same type of food. Is eventually you just start getting bored of it and you
No,
don't want it.
you know what I can eat for like weeks on end without getting tired of it? Curry. I don't know why.
The exact same kind.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, just
Interesting.
So what's the
Like,
best kind?
just-
You know,
huh?
What's the best kind?
Oh fuck, any kind you put in front of me. I don't know. I've had like Thai curry, Indian curry, Asian like Japanese curry. Like I love them all. Like give me all of them at once, at the same time if you want.
Do you think you could be able to
Nice.
tell the difference by taste test?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, like, I mean, could you not? Like, I feel like they're pretty distinct typically.
I don't know.
Wait, okay, what do you mean by tell the difference?
Yeah,
Like say
like, I don't know.
which like region each one's
Yeah.
from, or just tell that they're
No,
different?
no. Tell which
Like-
region each one's from.
I don't know. It could maybe pull it
I
out.
don't know. I mean, like, I feel like
I honestly
they're
don't
all
know.
like pretty distinct.
Like, I feel like I could definitely tell like they're different from each other, but I don't know if I could put a region to everything.
I mean, Japanese curry definitely has like a very specific taste. Like,
I don't think I've tried enough. Like, if we're doing like an Indian classification, I can tell you like which kind each one is,
Yeah.
but I can't tell you like Thai curry. Which one was the Thai
all
curry?
right, I feel like we should probably move on, move off from curry because this is not the most
Has anyone
engaging
noticed
subject.
ketchup has gotten a bit more bland lately?
What
I
kind
have
of
not
transition is this?
And I have
Yeah,
not.
I was never a big fan of ketchup.
All I ever
honestly.
eat is ketchup, guys.
This is true.
This is true.
This is
You're
true.
always talking about the beef. Renee's talking about turkey. I must talk about the ketchup.
This is
Yeah,
true.
I
All
mean, like-
Vit eats is grass and
It's
ketchup.
pretty sad. Yeah.
That's a ketchup.
It's actually underrated combo, by the way. Like y'all don't even know.
Man, it's so funny. Like on debate trips, like every time, like we'll stop off to get lunch at some fast food restaurant, and we're all just like eating burgers and stuff, and this was just in the corner,
We'll
like
get
with his
we'll get
fries.
just a couple of packets of ketchup.
He just gets
just
so
that,
many
so that he
fries.
doesn't starve.
Oh, rip Jet.
Hey, that's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
Tomato.
Honestly, I think you should try those like those new like Beyond Meat or Impossible food or whatever. Like the
I looked into it because I feel like I need to be eating more protein.
The thing with those,
Are,
like,
are the things protein?
yeah, they're
like,
protein.
I assume
They're,
they okay.
plants and nuts and stuff, right?
And like
Protein.
beetroot
Yeah,
and
something.
and like mushrooms
Yeah.
or something.
yeah,
But
no,
I think the
I've-
problem with that company is it's just so much more expensive.
I mean,
yeah.
but there are a bunch of different kinds of.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's not just all one company.
Yeah, but it's all more expensive than the alternative of regular meat.
I mean, I'm not telling like Vitsu to like eat it on the regular. I'm just saying he should try it like once, just to see, you know.
I mean, honestly, I probably will, but I don't think it's something I can just like implement.
Do you
into my
think
diet.
vegetarians on average are richer than non-vegetarians?
No, that
Like
depends. You
in
mean
order to
globally
be
or
in order to live
America?
as a vegetarian, you must be like have a certain income.
Well, no, I mean, do you mean like in the U.S. or globally?
Yeah, in the U.S. I think globally it's a bit
I think
different.
it's easier to be a non-veg. It's like it's cheaper to be a non-veg.
Yeah, that's
for
that's
sure.
where I guess like the intuition
like,
behind
you
the question
can
is
literally just
coming.
eat like fast food, like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
'cause,
like
like-
McDonald's or something for like $1 and have like
Yeah.
an entire like meal.
I mean, like just speaking on America specifically, like the cheapest food you're going to be able to get is fast food, and it's always like non-vegetarian unless you're like this and just eat fries all day.
And Taco Bell. Taco Bell's my homie, my best friend.
I mean,
But they
didn't
got
they
rid
like
of your
remove
stuff,
potatoes
right?
for a while?
Look, they may have betrayed me, and I still feel a little bit of resentment. But I don't know. Taco Bell's like a bad ex.
You'll always go
They just
back.
keep going back to. Yeah.
You say that so
It's true.
disheartened.
Now I'm thinking about how the fact that they removed Mexican pizzas. That was my one true love right there, man. They could take away potatoes for all I care. Honestly, Pernay liked the potatoes
I
more.
do like
The nacho fries
potatoes.
are a seasonal thing for me. So you know what? They come and go. I've accepted that. The Mexican pizza, though, I still dream about it.
Are they good dreams or bad dreams?
I dream about eating it.
I assume they're good dreams about eating it.
But then he wakes up and he realizes they're not on the menu.
And then they become bad dreams.
Don't say these words. Don't do this. Pain. God.
Isn't that you used to get that every time, right? That was your normal.
I got it every single time, regardless of what else I was getting. We always. That's the staple. It was my staple item, man. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Unlucky.
Renee, you have a new phone.
I do have a new phone. I've actually had it for
shit.
quite some time. We've just been pushing off this thing. I've had it for a couple months now, actually.
Okay, no way. It's been a couple of months.
No.
Yeah,
Maybe like a couple of weeks.
What
I got
model?
it in. I got it in the beginning of March.
All right, yeah. Answer no's
Yeah,
question.
you gotta explain what model it is first.
Oh, it is a OnePlus 9. So it's the 9th model,
So it's a 10.
and it's not a 10.
I mean, that's what 1 plus 9 equals. I mean,
I do know.
you
this
trying to
is
tell me
a
that 1 plus 9 does not equal 10? What are you, stupid?
I am not stupid, but it does not equal 10. Maybe.
That sounds extremely suspicious, Pranay.
Okay, well, okay, fine. It is a 10.
You're out here doing qualifying grip.
It is. They sell this phone to trick individuals like me into conceding things that are not mathematically.
I'm so
Good.
confused.
What
Are
are
you
you
trying to
saying?
tell me that 1 plus 9 does
say
not
you're
equal
feeling
10?
it.
Okay,
What?
okay. So I got a new phone because my first one was just Garbanzo. It was the first smartphone I ever got.
Wait, this is
and
not
the
your
battery
first
life was just
smartphone?
complete. What?
You had an iPhone before this.
No, that's what I'm saying. The iPhone was the first smartphone I ever had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was just Garbanzo battery. And so, like, if I wanted to go outside the house, first it had to be 100%, and then I would not be able to use it at all. I've definitely talked about this before. I would not be able to use it, or else I wouldn't be able to like call or text or use Google Maps or anything outside.
Yes,
But
we
this
have
new
heard-
one is the
We have
OnePlus.
heard the bike story where the phone.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
quite
I've heard the
useless.
bike story where the phone did perish. It was not a good time. And so this one is like insane battery life. It charges very quickly, very fast. I guess the biggest draw that the people were marketing were that its camera is actually very good. Which I actually didn't use my camera that much before because I knew the picture would just turn out to be complete shit. But all in all, I'm actually very satisfied with this phone that I have right now.
So is the picture quality like? Have you taken pictures with this one? Is it
Yeah,
good?
I've taken pictures with this. It is quite nice.
Good for you.
That is my spiel.
I know.
Good spiel.
Do you guys think that the whole foldable phone thing is a good idea, or
So stupid.
I think it's
Why are
dumb.
we going so far into the future or actually reversing
I don't
our
know? Like,
progress? Like
I mean,
why?
companies phone companies just need something new to like market off of. Like, I think they've gotten to the point where if they keep trying to make phones thinner, like it's actually gonna make them like worse. And I mean, like, what else are they gonna market
Wait,
off of? Really,
what is this concept that you just said?
Foldable phones.
Foldable.
Oh,
Like,
foldable
so
phones.
it's this
Okay,
whole
okay,
trend
misheard.
where like
Smartphones.
people are, I don't know, nostalgic about like the flip phones back in the day, right? So there's like a bunch of new
I
smartphones
mean-
where you can like fold it in half or like fold
Yeah,
it vertically.
I don't know.
I know
I
what
mean,
you
they
mean
don't.
now.
They don't really look like the old smartphone. I mean, like flip
No,
phones.
but that's
though,
like what it was based on. Like that's what the concept. That's why it came about. I think.
Wait, so how many? This is actually a really prevalent thing. I've only seen like one ad for a foldable
I mean,
phone.
it's like not like super prevalent, but like
it's
company-
getting there.
it's
It's
like-
becoming more.
yeah, companies are like trying, like Samsung's, I think, trying to push it. I just don't see the reasoning behind it. I think it's kind of dumb, personally.
I mean, I guess you get more screen space, but
Yeah,
do you really need more screen space?
I mean,
Wait, how do you get
Yeah.
more screen space? Like I
it
feel most
unfolds,
phones
like-
are
Because
just
it
screen
folds.
either way.
No, it
Right.
Yeah.
folds.
Oh, okay. Because you can just
still yeah.
So they're
they
just
can, like,
bigger
fit
in
in your
general.
pocket
Yeah,
the size
I
as
see.
your regular phone, but when you unfold it, it is even bigger.
it's like if you took like a mini tablet and then you fold it in half.
I don't.
yeah,
I
that makes sense.
really think there's a point of diminishing returns with like the largeness of your phone, and I already think we like have phones like there. You know, like the Samsung Galaxy line. There's
Yeah,
the whole Plus line on top of that,
Yeah.
or I think the Note line. And my sister has one of those, and hers is larger, but the newer ones that they're coming out with are just way too big,
Yeah.
where your thumb can't even reach across this.
Oh, yeah,
screen.
that's
If
actually
you're trying
the
to type with one hand. It's so garbage.
That's
Yeah, at
actually
some
the
point it
first thing I
stops becoming
noticed.
a phone.
The phone that I have right now, it's a bit bigger. I mean, it's not like Omega size. It's just a bit bigger than the one I had before. And the first thing I had to adjust to was actually how to use my thumb to type with one hand.
I feel
Because
like
it was a bit different.
if for like regular people, I think that's like it's a problem. But I think like for people who have like who need larger fonts or like have like vision issues or stuff like that, I think that's a good thing. But I
Just
think
zoom in though.
Yeah.
I think like having a plus model is fine. Like don't make it the base model because if you want the bigger screen, you can always upgrade to the plus, right? But if you just
Sure.
want the regular size phone, then you have that option.
I mean, I don't know, like, cause like at some point, I'm just like wondering like what companies like Samsung and Apple are gonna do, because at some point they're gonna have to like come up with like some new gimmick to sell their phones, because really there's only so much you can do with like bigger screen, like as this was said, like bigger screens are already getting pretty inconvenient, or like longer battery life. Like sure, I guess longer battery life would be nice, but like at some point it just becomes sort of useless. Like would you really need your phone to run off of like a fucking plutonium reactor for the next 100 years?
I feel
nice.
like
I think
there's not much more that we need. Like the
Oh
phones.
yeah,
are
I was
here
going to
now.
ask you guys, what do you think is the next new like innovation?
Yeah, I mean,
On this
like I don't know, like I can't think of anything, which is I think the problem, because companies like Samsung and Apple need to like have more sales to increase their profits and stock price and whatever, and in order to do that, they have to get people to want to buy their news products, and I don't know how they'll do that.
I mean, I'm sure they'll come up
man.
with something.
Yeah, they are. They are companies.
I mean-
actually, this reminds me of something. It's kind of like tangentially related, but there's this new movie on Netflix called Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Oh, I saw
And it's
that.
where,
Oh,
like,
I just saw
it's
that.
like-
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but
Yeah.
I saw that.
Have you seen the movie? No. Or-
No, I haven't seen the movie. Well, okay, I saw a clip of the movie on YouTube. It was kind of funny, but
Yeah.
not funny enough for me to watch it.
So I saw the movie, and so the technology company, right, is basically they make like they poke jokes at it, comparing it to sort of the tech companies that are there now, but the whole plot is that these robots from this like smart technological company, they have like this thing called PAL, which is I guess the Siri or just like the AI, right? And they make it into just a proper robot that helps you clean your room, do the dishes, whatever. And then it takes over the world, and you have the whole movie. But honestly, if it's going anywhere, it's probably going in that direction, because I guess companies just want to help people be lazy, right? That's why Grubhub and all like the food delivering companies work. It's just you want to capitalize on the laziness, and so any way to do that is probably the next big thing.
I recently saw this thing where who's the big fridge and washing machine company? Who's that?
LG?
What?
LG?
Who's the big fridge and washing machine like appliances
Yeah.
company?
Like LG?
Not LG. I forgot. It starts with a K, I think, but whatever. One of these big name appliance companies in Japan. Obviously Japan, but they've started this thing called the smart fridge line, where it's like this mini fridge that has wheels underneath, and it will roll around the kitchen to wherever you are and bring you whatever's in the fridge, so you don't have to move.
That sounds horrible. Like, could you imagine just cooking and you get kneecapped by your fucking fridge?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's what their smart fridge, man.
Like
I mean, but that
like my
I
dog
guess.
already like almost killed me several times, and she at least tries to get out of the way sometimes.
sometimes.
Sometimes, like not usually, honestly.
Yeah.
What if your dog wants to kill you?
I don't know. Like I don't think she wants to like be
You don't
inconvenient.
think, though.
She's just so fucking oblivious and lazy. Like she won't move unless something like is actively like touching her and forcing her to move. So she will just sit there in the middle of the hallway, just taking up the entire hallway, and she just won't move. You can tell her to move. She won't.
Why not?
Hey, she doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't care.
You gotta respect it, kind of. A little bit.
Not okay. So she behaves like a cat, but she is the size of like a largest dog, and I think cat owners are okay with the way cats behave because they're like somewhat small and easy to handle. My dog is like 70 pounds and half my size.
Yeah, honestly, your dog kind of scares me, but like I'll come over to Noah's house and she'll just like bark, 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 and just like run at me, and I'm just like, medic, no.
This is like, I am vegetarian, do not eat me.
I have ketchup, please. Take it, not me. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Honestly, would a robot takeover of the world be that bad?
Isn't this one of the things you describe as like ideal government or something? Is when a robot just controls everything?
I think an AI should just run the world. I see no reason why humans should be involved. Humans are dumb.
They are this, yes.
I feel like the problem comes when like the AI like realizes like the Earth would be better without humanity.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's true, then who are we to?
Like, it's just fact.
Yeah, then who are we to disagree with that? I mean,
it's not about disagreeing. It's like survival
we would like
instinct.
to live,
Yeah.
even if it means destroy everything else. We would like to live.
I mean,
Is it illogical to? So I guess here's the question: is it illogical to have a survival instinct?
I mean, I guess that depends on your aim, because like if your goal is just base nature, just like spreading your genes or whatever, then yeah, sure, survival instinct. But like if your goal is to like try and act morally somehow, then I don't think survival instinct really factors into it, unless like you can prove that like survival instinct is...
It's not exclusively just you, right? It's this whole survival of the human race. Is it moral to just kill all the humans?
Well, because like the thing is, like if the robot makes a judgment that the human race as a whole is like more like the existence of the human race as a whole is like morally bad, or
but why are we letting some other entity judge who we are?
I mean, like we do that all the time. What do you mean?
I know, which is not a good thing, right?
I don't know. I mean, like my point is that like you'd have to like provide some kind of counterpoint to the robot.
I feel like we don't need to provide a counterpoint if we can just like destroy it.
There'd be BF tournaments with just robots. Imagine I'm just having a whole debate tournament.
I'm just saying that like, you know, if the robot says like, I think that the human race existing is morally wrong, then you're just saying like, you know, but I like living isn't a refutation of that. You're not refuting the idea that the human race is like a morally wrong thing. So if the robot
like just like said that humanity is bad, would you just submit yourself?
No, I mean if the logic is like faulty or the argument is faulty, then I mean sure, then I think that's disagreeable.
What if it's succinct? What if it's like completely logical?
Yeah, I think at that point, then it would make, because like if you say like if you told like a murderer, right, like you're like murdering is bad, but they're like, but I like murdering, then that's not like that doesn't refute the internal morality of it.
Guys, I don't want to think this much.
Yeah, let's move on to something more fun.
Torchies or blades.
Over it.
Let's it's getting too boring.
Yeah.
You know what we could use is a quick word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, today's sponsor is Anchor. No, not that kind of Anchor. Anchor is a podcast hosting site actually run by Spotify, and it's something that we personally use here at Stating the Obvious. And man, this system is actually insane. You can start your own podcast on the site and do everything from start to finish within the site itself. Recording, editing, publishing, distributing, they take care of everything, and they make it so simple and easy to do. They walk you through it every step of the way, and they have tons of unique and creative features like sound effects and a whole music library that is for you to use, and it makes things super, super easy. The best part of all is it's totally free, and you can use it from either your computer or your phone. Honestly, I prefer to use the computer, but the mobile app works generally pretty well for almost everything that you're going to need. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So if you guys would like to start your own podcast, I would urge you to use Anchor. You can download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. I just wanted to say that this is our first sponsor, and it's really... We never thought we'd get this far, honestly. We have over 20 episodes now. and we're still going strong. We have so much fun recording these episodes, and to get a sponsor, it validates it all. So we just want to thank you guys, the listeners, for actually like responding to the podcast, listening to it, enjoying it, and we'll still be making it as long as we are having fun with it. So thank you, and thank you to Anchor for sponsoring today's episode. So let's get back to the episode.
And we're back. All right. I don't remember what we were talking about, but exciting news is that I forgot what day it is, but on Wednesday, on this coming Wednesday, we're all going to meet up. I'm going to see all of your beautiful faces.
Yep.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah. I was asking Cobb while we were planning. When do you remember the last time all four of us, or all five of us, were together, including MK?
Yeah, I think the very last time all of us were together, not just like three of us or whatever, I think was Noah's birthday party before we went off to college.
Are you sure we didn't meet over like the winter break?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure we didn't.
Because
That's
it was
when
just
COVID
me,
was
Hey,
like-
and Jet, and then the other.
Right.
The
And
other
then
two,
we went out for Thanksgiving. Me, Hayon, and Jit without PJ. PJ wasn't there for that. And then me and Jit
Rip.
met up a couple times, but none of us all together.
Yeah.
The last time was
I don't know. It's been
Hayon's
a
birthday.
long
Yeah.
time.
It's been a long ass time.
We did that escape room, right?
Yeah.
we did do the escape room.
What was it called? It was
That samurai themed.
yeah, the samurai thing. I don't remember what the escape
That
room
was the
itself was
place
called.
where it wasn't automated. They just like manually moved the things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of dumb, but whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
It just probably just takes money for them to make it all automated.
Yeah,
Also, it's
but
kind of
Maybe
hard to
for-
match up the smells part.
smells.
I guess.
What?
Yeah, remember that one of the
clue
puzzles
things.
was based on the smell. We had to match it up.
Oh yeah. That would have been quite difficult to automate. I really don't even know if you
don't
could.
remember that part at all. Smells.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there were like these like scratch and sniff like cards that you had to like match up to the pictures on the
Okay.
wall, right? So something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that part, but I'll trust your memory.
Yeah. Well, there was the smell puzzle, which would be quite hard to automate. Point is, it has been
Well-
quite a long time since we have met up
Yeah.
together.
And now we're going to Blaze, is it?
Yes.
For dinner?
Yes.
Which is in fact.
When's the last time you went to Blaze too?
I haven't had Blaze since 2019. Promise.
Jesus, I have also not had it since. I don't even think I had it the winter break I came back. So it's
Yeah.
definitely even been longer than 2019. Actually, no.
Oh yeah, for sure 2019. What are you talking about?
Yeah, never mind.
But just been quite a long time. But to be fair, we talk on like disc and stuff like that nearly every day.
Yeah, we're pretty active on the Discord.
Like I feel like
I did not
Fun
realize
fact,
how
actually-
insane, how nice Discord was until quarantine.
Yeah, it really is. It really is nice.
You can do so much, and it is very multi-purpose. You can have like customize it with bots in many ways. And even if it's like a bigger type of server where they have an entire community, like Smash or something
some
like
cool
that.
features.
There's some cool things you can do.
For sure. Fun fact for our listeners is we record, you might already know this, but we record our podcasts on Discord.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned that before, like several times.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people remember, some people don't.
well, now
Just
I'm
thought
mentioning it again.
mention it.
Very nice.
Well, I will say, actually, I haven't had Blaze in a really long time, but the other day I had some Torchies. And
You had
man,
torches?
I had torches.
How was it? How was
Man,
it?
it's been too long.
I don't think I've had
Yes.
Torchies since 2019.
It got more expensive, though.
Wait, really?
Rip.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
Like, how much
Torchies
more
is like
expensive?
a big
Like, I
chain,
think,
but
like,
still, I think they must have not gone
It
high
doesn't-
sales, right?
It doesn't seem like much, but I felt like it was like, I forgot. Does anyone remember what they paid the last time they went for like a taco?
No.
No way.
Maybe $4.
Like around how much it cost.
Like
I
15
can't remember
bucks,
guessing-
exactly.
20 bucks. I don't know.
But like per taco?
No, not for like the entire thing, like per taco.
Oh, I don't know, $3, $4, $5.
Yeah, I'm thinking
like
$4.
how much? How much did you pay?
I can probably look it up, but I'm pretty sure now it's 4.5. But what I remembered is that it was around 3.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know if it was that low. Maybe you just got a different kind of taco. I don't know.
Maybe the vegetarian.
It's also because I get the vegetarian ones. I don't know if those are cheaper than.
It must be
than
definitely
the regular
cheaper.
ones.
Yeah, the vegetarian options are typically cheaper.
Okay, then maybe I'm just trolling, but I am pretty sure overall across the board there was at least a slight price increase. Either way, Torchy's is so good.
There's this taco place in Pittsburgh called Condado's, but that is like nothing compared to Torchy's, man. It's I had it once. I had it once, and the way one of my friends described it was like a Torchy's, but like not as good, and it I kind of stood up to that name. It was not as good. I mean, it was decent still, regardless, because
the queso at Torchy's.
The queso is just where it's at.
It's so good, man. And whenever Pranay and I would go, we'd always just alternate buying the chips and queso. I forgot whose turn it is.
I forgot whose turn it is as well.
But,
I feel like just in general, a lot of like these like Torchy's is a chain, but still, it's not like a huge like multinational corporation or whatever. But I feel like a lot of those type of businesses, just in general, have increased their prices.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just having a hard time hiring workers, so they got to pay people more. And also, there's probably like a shortage of supply because I don't know.
Man, probably even a shortage of customers because people don't want to go out.
Yeah, that's probably true also.
Yeah. They actually, I'm pretty sure, removed some options as well. There used to be 2 vegetarian options, and I think there's only 1 now.
Hey, I'm sure they have ketchup. I'm sure.
Or they changed the other option.
I don't think Torchy's have ketchup. Yeah.
I'm sure they just buy the huge condiment thing. They'll throw you some ketchup for free, too.
Yeah, exclusively for me.
They will.
They actually just save it for whenever I roll around.
And they know Viswajit, he is coming to town and he would like some ketchup.
Torchy's is good, and I had that, but I have not had El Queso since 2019 as well.
I actually had El Queso over winter break.
Good for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
PFTI.
Rip. I had it. And I did not get the student discount because I did not go at the time where they give you the student discount. And also, I don't know, they probably would have accepted like college ID or something for the student discount. I remember the student discount was boosted. They give you like chips, quesadilla, and something else for just like $6 or something.
Yeah, it's really
I mean, they do they still offer the student discount?
Yeah, they still do. Of course. It's like, I don't.
It's their thing.
Yeah.
I'll just grab my West ID vlog. No worries, guys.
I mean, actually, that would probably work if I just like went in without any facial hair.
I think in my wallet. Yeah, just shave it.
Just shave and just go easy.
I don't remember where my West ID is.
I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I could find it.
Don't you have like a bunch of lanyards hanging off some hook in your room now?
Oh, I put those away. I don't know. They're probably in a box somewhere.
Oh yeah, your room's not your room anymore.
Yeah, I've been kicked out.
I forgot about that.
Right.
It's been a long time. I had a lot of fun. When I would play like so many video games.
Oh yeah.
It's just so many. It's actually unreal.
Dude. I'm trying to think of like any like specific video games, but I'm gonna be honest, my mind is blanking right now.
I remember I played a shit ton of Minecraft.
Oh, dude,
remember why don't you play Minecraft now, man?
Now we don't play
so
it.
Good. Minecraft is so good. Just play.
No, remember when we went looking for that like an FPS we could play on like the phone, and like we got that like it was like what cops versus
cops and robbers.
Yeah, like it was just like some like knockoff bullshit like Minecraft thing where like it's basically Minecraft with guns basically.
What the heck?
It was stupid, but it was actually a lot of fun.
To be fair, we were in middle school, so like our standards for video games were very low.
I mean, to be fair,
Rocket
during a bunch of debate tournaments, Noah and I would go off into some random corner and just play PUBG.
PUBG?
You guys had PUBG?
Yeah,
I didn't even know
PUBG. That. Do you not remember this, Aeon?
I'm thinking like I remember us playing Broforce. I don't know about PUBG though.
We play PUBG. We not on the computer, on the phone.
Yeah, I know on the phone. We
used to play PUBG all the time.
Oh, maybe
What
you're
would
right.
we do, Pranay?
You guys were playing fucking what was it called? Like Cuphead?
I mean, but not all the time.
No, we all played Cuphead.
Yeah, but I like
Oh,
tournaments.
It's probably like Flash or some shit like that.
Before,
Nah, you wouldn't play
yeah,
Flash.
no, before Smash Flash, you guys played Cuphead. I remember that much.
We all played
We
Cuphead.
only did at UT that, I think.
Yeah.
No, the main Renee and I played all of Cuphead one night, and literally one night.
Yeah.
I remember that was also the night where Pranay started saying "De Lion," and after that, that's from that night that originated.
Good origins.
Yeah, De Lion.
No,
Yeah.
I can.
No, it was legit at 3 a.m. My parents were probably just like, "What?"
I can remember how much time we spent. Like, I can't remember if it was Cobb's computer or Viswa's computer or Pranay's computer, but we spent so much time trying to make like the Xbox controllers work on the laptop.
I do remember
I finally got that to work.
Yeah.
By the way,
What?
Yeah, I remember doing this. I don't remember whose
it's
laptop.
fairly easy, actually. No.
I don't remember. Like, but I remember just like hauling around like my Xbox controllers and like the wires and everything.
Yeah, I remember trying to do it. I don't remember who we did it on.
I don't know, but we made it work in the end.
That's what counts.
You really did.
half of like our debate time was just spent trying to figure out how to like efficiently game in different high schools.
Yeah.
We got pretty good at the end.
Yeah, no, dude, this.
Well, at the end it was just a
Yeah, just
system.
a
We
switch.
get into the hotel,
Oh.
boom, set it up. You get to a tournament, find those outlets. Like,
Dude,
It was
it's
just
like the hotel TV. You turn around, you get the HDMI, you plug in the HDMI, you put in the switch, boom, like Smash is up and running by the time, like, before anybody else has gotten their rooms even. Like, we're already playing Smash.
I remember PJ and I, before every single round, we had to play a round of Smash Flash. We had to.
Yeah, no, it transitioned. It was first stack, then it was we wouldn't play stack. It was just me trying to get to a certain score, and then it was then we did Flash eventually when Flash came out. And
We also did micro battles for a little bit.
oh yeah, we did micro battles as well.
You remember when we tried to, like, when we played, like what was it, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes?
Yeah.
I remember
Dude.
that.
I think we got, like,
Oh,
almost
God.
everything down except for that fucking, like, Morse code thing.
That game is hard.
Dude.
Honest, that game is hard.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just so confusing.
The Morse code thing was just insanely hard. The rest of the stuff we kind of figured out how to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, the other stuff was, like, fairly straightforward. You just had to, like, communicate effectively, but that Morse code thing, like, even reading the manual, I couldn't figure out how it worked.
Yeah, honestly.
We used to just be up to so many shenanigans. Anyways, yeah, what's up? Joe?
Okay, so one of my roommates has a VR headset in Pittsburgh,
Oh, very
and
nice.
he has an FPS game. I forgot what it was called on the VR headset. And the way it tries to make everything as realistic as possible. So like you have to manually reload the gun yourself. When you throw a grenade, you have to pull off the pin and stuff like that. And okay, so when I first got in, it was actually nauseating just because like you don't run. Like you're not physically running. It's not like that advanced to capture that you're walking and moving in that direction. So you run with a joystick, and but you have to turn your head normally. So it's actually, at first it takes a bit of time to get accustomed to, but I saw the other day on Facebook or something that they had this whole setup where you can actually run. It's not really a treadmill. It's like a 360.
Yeah,
floor is
it's like
like a
an
certain-
omnidirectional treadmill.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember reading about that like a few years ago. I think it was like some kind of army thing. Like they were trying to figure out how to like make VR, I don't know, like soldier training things.
That's
Also, I will say the shooting is really weird. I don't think it's completely realistic because like the way you
Of course
shoot.
it wouldn't be.
No. I mean, they tried to make other stuff as realistic as possible, but like the shooting itself, like in the VR thing, you center the gun in the middle of your chest,
Uh-huh.
which you center it like towards more your shoulder, right?
Yeah,
Like in
you
real
put it on
life?
your shoulder, but I don't know, like maybe they just weren't able to make it so it could track it while it was on your shoulder.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I think it's mostly because you can't like angle your neck or something, so aiming is a bit weird because you have to look straight into the sight.
I also feel like VR games, like they're either really, really good or really, really bad because they're either developed for VR exclusively, or they're like other games that were like moved to VR after.
Honestly, the one game I played in VR that I actually liked was Beat Saber.
Yeah, I was just about to say Beat Saber is like kind of insane.
Yeah. Beat Saber is a good fucking game. But
I also think Super Hot is good.
Super Hot's good.
I also played when I first came to Pittsburgh, sophomore year, I just played Super Hot for an entire night, and I just like went through the entire thing in one go. And by the end, I just looked around and I was like, I am not. Like the whole idea about Super Hot is you go into VR inside the game Super Hot itself, and it is kind of like meta like that. And so you get taken in the story throughout the course of the game.
I thought you were going to talk about the gimmick of the game, which is that like you only like time only goes forwards when you're moving. So I mean, when you stand still, like it's like basically like slow motion. So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, like I think Super Hot's like pretty cool, but I mean, I don't think it's like exclusively VR. Like I think you can play it on the PC.
But it was developed for VR. I'm pretty sure it was originated on VR, right?
I don't know if it was.
Was it really?
I don't know, but it is pretty cool in VR. I will say.
I thought
it's a bit more. It's a bit more difficult because aiming and like throwing knives is not as accurate. So I think on that aspect it is a bit better in VR.
I don't know. I mean, I think VR still has like a while to go before it becomes mature, but I think in like maybe like 10, 15 years it'll be a lot smoother as an experience.
But still, VR is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Honestly, though, like the thing I've been waiting for a while is for AR, like augmented reality, because I remember seeing like the HoloLens reveal trailer thing all the way back in like it was like 2012 or something, and it looked so cool. Unfortunately, I guess like Microsoft decided they weren't making a consumer product yet, so it's only been made for developers so far.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. I'm studying CS, right? So there's a lot of VR, AR stuff that is really cool that you can do. I've seen quite a few projects that kind of go pretty ham. So
yeah,
I guess there's just a lot more to be done.
You should do it, Jit. You should do that.
I don't know. Some people are really interested in VR. Don't really think it's for me.
Why not?
What is for you?
What is for you?
I've mainly done AI sort of projects around like neural network stuff like that. I think that's more interesting, at least than VR for me.
Fair enough.
I guess to each their own, right?
With the VR.
It's actually my initials, Skek. I just realized.
This was just what you call them. I don't know.
Indeed.
I don't know. Like, the thing about the AR that was like always appealing to me is like the idea that you can like have like basically like the table in front of you, and like it's got like stuff on it, like a little like Minecraft world or like a model of something. I don't know.
Yeah, and it'd
be really good
theoretically pick it up and stuff.
Yeah.
If they did like an AR where like, because an AR is like they use the background around you and just put objects in, right?
Yeah.
Like you could, if somehow you can make it so that you could walk around, right? Because then you wouldn't need any of this treadmill or stuff.
You can.
Yeah, that's the point. Like that's the point.
Like all the way. Huh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
There's this really cool video I saw on Reddit where you sort of walk through this doorway into this guy's living room, right? But you can still see the living room. It's just a standalone doorway. But when you walk in, right, he's worked to make everything sort of AR. So what you see is the Matrix,
oh, damn.
I guess. So you see like a bunch of lines of like numbers going everywhere.
That's pretty
over
dope.
like everything to make it look like you're actually in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Like so, like the difference between like VR and AR is VR the environment is entirely computer generated, right? So like the world you're in is like entirely generated like from the headset. So the reason why you can't like really walk around is because it would have to like track your movements to like map you onto the environment and move you around like realistically. And I mean, VR headsets just can't do that right now. But AR, it just takes the environment around you in the real world and just overlays stuff onto that. So if you walk around, like, it doesn't have to simulate you walking, because that's just what you're doing, and your environment is like obviously reacting naturally to that.
Isn't AR a little bit like less realistic to look at though?
I don't think so.
Or, I
don't think so. I mean, it's like basically it's just like holograms.
Yeah, sort of. Basically, I mean, it depends, right? I'm sure some AR is just like complete garbage to look at it. Some is like really crazy, like looks super realistic. But I think there are a bunch of cool applications. Like, hey, let's say you want to like redesign your room, right? You could maybe use AR, see how furniture looks. You could do some interesting things, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
I think my only experience with VR was when Noah had me play Beat Saber with his VR headset. I was so bad. It was really hard to watch.
It's a fun game, though. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
How good are you at Beat Saber?
Auto garbage.
Me?
Yeah.
Noah's a prodigy. He is the Beat Saber prodigy.
That is vastly overselling my abilities, but I don't know. I played it for a while, so I got kind of competent at it. I don't know.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It just feels you're swinging around lightsabers.
Yeah. I mean,
it just feels sick.
Like when you're in the zone of Beat Saber, and you're just in like the rhythm of what's gonna come up, and you just like do it with swagger. It feels real nice.
Oh man, dude! Like they have.
Have you played Beat Saber?
Yeah, like Gabe, who is the roommate who has the VR headset. Yeah, he has Beat Saber as well.
Correct.
Like they have the KDA song.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, on it, and like, oof, it's nice.
I'm pretty sure there's a mod where you can download any song you want. For
yeah.
Right?
Well, it's not a mod. It's just like
or a plugin or whatever.
It's just like sort of like a community creation thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone needs to make it though, right?
Yeah.
There's no way for it to auto-generate. That'd be an interesting project. To auto-generate Beat Saber levels based on just the music.
Yeah. I'm sure you could do that with an audio file.
Yeah, I think you could probably do that. I think the question is like creating like sort of like the flair of it, because there are like the really good Beat Saber levels are able to like make it so that like the note blocks and everything just come together in such a way that like your movements like almost like mirror like the feel of the song. Like, so if it's like getting to if it's like a drum, like if it's like drums like rolling up to like a bass drop, like you'll just be like slowly like climbing with your sabers. And I don't know how you could program that probably, but
yeah, it just would take a bit more work. I can imagine some cool stuff for like drum fills and the like.
They also have Crab Rave on it as well.
Oh yeah,
Crab Rave is so funny, man. That shit's hilarious.
It's just crabs. It's just crabs vibe, man.
It's just so perfectly described. Man,
like meme culture has made me realize just the ultimate futility of life, because no matter what you do or like, how, like, no matter your accomplishments in life, like at some point in the future, somebody's just going to make a stupid meme of you. And that's all you're really going to signify.
A meme.
Yeah.
Man, once we get together, we must play Smash. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Oh yeah,
you should get a Switch. You should get a Switch when you go to Blaze.
We could just bring the Switch to Blaze or Torchies or whatever.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's charged so we can plug in our things.
Renee will need to bring his GameCube.
I do have my GameCube controller.
Yeah. I have my GameCube controller.
I do have my GameCube.
How many controllers do you have, Noah? You have
just
I have
the
a
one.
Pro controller, so.
Yeah, I have the
Podcast Pro. I have my own hand.
I have my GameCube. Yeah, and we all have our control settings already on those.
Oh yeah, dude, I have so many fucking settings on mine. Like, I don't know.
I think the last time I played Smash was like, I don't know, probably legit, long time ago.
Yeah, probably at some tournament or something. Yeah. Man, we have some good memories from Smash. Honestly, one of the moments I'll never forget is our Jigglypuff chain on Cobb's Bowser all the way up. Where just the four of us line up vertically and then rest Cobb. Just keep using rest as Jigglypuff all the way until he dies.
We got it so perfect on the very last stock, so we got the game over screen.
Yeah, that was crazy that we got on our last talk, because right after he died, it just flashed on the screen. It was like game over, and then you got the red zoom in and the whole shebang. Actually, to our listeners, if you do want to check that clip out, I believe it is on our YouTube channel.
It is.
And if you would like to listen to these episodes instead of maybe wherever you listen to it on Spotify, you can also listen to it on YouTube and just have it play in the background as well.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out there.
Link will be in the description.
Yeah,
look at that.
We'll put it there.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And do those things. That is the thing you should
I agree. I also agree with this. Last topic that I sort of want to talk about: Castlevania.
Oh yeah, baby.
Very nice.
Nuts,
Season
boys.
4.
Holy, we roll it in.
It's
Cup,
like a
have you seen it yet?
What?
I don't have Netflix.
What are you
actually
doing,
don't
you
have
pleasing?
All right. Well, regardless, I don't care. On May 13th, it came out. Season freaking
Oh man,
4.
again.
Holy God. Is this show nuts or what? It's my favorite show of the year. For sure, it's my favorite show of the year.
It's just such a good
It's
show.
crazy. It's vampires, right? Vampires pretty cool, but you can end up going wrong, very wrong. Vampire Diaries, for example. But Castlevania does everything right with vampires.
I don't even. Okay, I mean the vampires are badass, but like I think my favorite part of Castlevania is that like the action is just so well put together. Like, oh man.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, dude, it's a masterpiece. Like, because it has so much thought put into it. Like, I feel like most of the time action, like action scenes are either just like a mess of like people just sort of like flailing around and like, you know, like super jumpy cuts and whatever, or it's people like talking like way too much in the middle of a fight scene. Like Castlevania doesn't fuck around, right? Like people aren't like throwing like one-liners at each other and saying like you've unlocked my secret move or whatever. Like they just fucking go at it every time, and it is so badass.
It's so good.
Can you imagine in Castlevania during a middle of a fight, like Alucard is just like,
you Wait, Renee, did you finish it?
Yeah, I have finished it. Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was very good. What else is there? So the highlight I will say is I remember I started watching it like last Monday, the day after my last final ended, and so I got like season 1's only 4 episodes, right? So I got to the end of season 1, and I saw the last fight between Alucard and Trevor, and I was like, bro, this is gonna be a hype show. Like,
yeah, you already know the very first one. God, man. You already know. Oh,
like
God.
To me, Castlevania is to like animated TV action as John Wick is to movie action. Like it just takes like the good shit of like animated like action scenes and just like puts it like just like compresses it into this delicious just chunk of the best fucking, oh my God, man, it's so good.
There's really nothing else to say. We don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. Like I think saying this is like not a spoiler because the thing is like they put so much thought into like the smallest things. Like okay, so there's a character called Sypha. And I don't think this is a spoiler because like you learn this in like the first 3 episodes, but basically she has like these like she can basically manipulate fire and ice, and that's like the basic like magic powers they give her to begin with. And I mean, like, they just, like, have her developing her magical powers over time. And there's a moment in season 4 where she does an attack where there's, like, a rack of, like, spears just lying against a wall. And she freezes them over and then heats up the spears. So it creates an ice explosion. And the spears, like, shoot out and, like, fucking annihilate a dude. And it was so fucking cool because, like, it didn't explain it. Like, she didn't say, like, I'm going to heat up these spears to, like, 1,000 degrees Celsius, and it's going to create a steam explosion that's going to launch them across the room at 400, like, miles per hour, and it's going to spear this guy in midair. Like, they didn't explain it. It just happens, and it makes sense intuitively, and then they never use it again. But it's so fucking cool.
it is really cool. They always find creative ways to do the fight scenes and for the characters to use their powers or whatever their abilities are. They don't just reuse fight scenes. I feel like that actually happens in some animes.
Yeah, because like I think that's my main problem with like anime actions. Like they talk way too much, and like I remember distinctly there was like an anime I was watching a while ago, and the point where I stopped watching was actually a moment very similar to the steam explosion attack I was just talking about from Castlevania, where like they use like this like superheated thing to like kill the bad guy with like a steam explosion. But the difference was like they literally spent like a fucking hour just explaining it. I'm like, I get it. You heat up an object, you put it in water, it creates steam, it creates big boom. Like, yes, please just move on with the fucking show. Like, that's why I would compare it to John Wick, because like John Wick, the action in John Wick, they just let it speak for itself, right? They're not like, oh man, like this guy's like a I don't know, like a super cool assassin dude, and like he's like trained in like 12 different types of martial arts. Like you just see him like just tearing through a nightclub with a pistol, and you're like, yeah, no, this guy's a badass.
I mean, they explained it after, but to be fair,
I mean, like not like in the middle of a fight. They're not like, oh my god, is John Wick?
No, the like when the fight's over, like in the non-action scenes, they explain that.
I mean, kind of, yeah. But like the thing is, like they just let the action speak for itself. Like in most of the action scenes, like there's no talking at all. Like you don't have like John Wick saying like telling the bad guy like I'm gonna fucking find you and kill you and like whatever, or you can't.
That's not to say though that some of the characters don't have some really good lines.
Yeah, but like
before they like destroy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, right? Like the lines they have is just pure concentrated bad. Like it's just every single character
very balanced.
hits so
it's
hard.
Very well
yeah,
balanced.
I feel like John Wick 3 had a bunch of the one-liners in the fights, though.
I don't know. I don't think. Like I don't seem to remember that. Like most of the time, it was just gunfights.
Anyway, what you should take away from this is that you should watch Castlevania. Look, Noah first told me he told me to watch Castlevania several months ago. Actually, quite a while.
I think it was like a year ago.
Yeah, probably
a year ago.
Yeah, I feel like I also remember him mentioning something.
I've been telling people to watch Castlevania for like fucking years.
Yeah, Noah he was
an OG stan,
I didn't listen to him until more recently, when summer started. So I made a good call.
Yeah.
I listened to Noah.
Dude, like it was actually so surprising that this was actually like I'm gonna like okay, I'll watch the show, because I'm so used to telling people that they should watch things, and then you're just like, I don't think so.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's so sad. I feel vindication. And
Yo, I swear, after Noah and I both watched it, season 4 came out. I mentioned May 13th. Noah and I finished it that day, right after it came out. And so we got on Discord
oh my god,
at around 6, 7, and we were just fangirling for like an hour. We were just like, oh my god, like it's so good.
I want to rewatch it all. Dude, the entire time I was so fucking stressed out, man. I was so invested.
You're invested in. They have a bunch of storylines happening at once, and you're invested in every single one.
Oh my god, man.
It's just really good stuff.
So good. You should watch the show. I don't care who you are. Like, you could be, like, I don't know who's listening. You could be Puck. You could be one of those, like, porn bots that keeps commenting on our YouTube videos. You could be some dude in, like, fucking Sweden or Germany, but you should watch Castlevania. That's all I'm going to say.
No, we'll feel vindication yet again.
Vindication's at hand.
Yeah. Indeed. You know what else you should do? You should hit that like button. Smash the comment section with all your comments.
I think you mixed that up.
Whatever. What? Was I gonna hit the comment section?
I don't know. I mean, like smashing the comment section doesn't make any sense either.
Okay, and absolutely obliterate, unrivaled, unparalleled destruction upon the follow button. Just follow us. Hit that subscribe button. You know how it is. And if you want us to talk about more topics, whether it's another Netflix show like Castlevania, make sure you watch it. Whatever it is, just tell us. We'll cover it. Fingers crossed. With that, we want to thank you for listening to today's episode, and we will see you in the next one.